Hello everybody, hope you're all well. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back today with a storage haul and hacks and ideas video for you. So basically in this video I'm going to be showing you a load of storage items that I've either recently purchased or I've picked up over the last few months and tell you what I'm going to be using them for. As you know, I am doing a bit of a declutter. I'm trying to sort my life out and just basically get organised. So all of these items are going to hopefully help me achieve that. I've got some new stuff from Poundland, I've got some bits from Tiger, I've got things that I bought in the charity shops, and I've also got some upcycled items as well. So hopefully this will give you some ideas and inspiration if you're looking for different ways to store things and get yourselves organised. I'm keeping my fingers crossed it's actually going to work for me, but who knows. I've also got something very exciting to show you at the end of this video. Can you guess what it is? The thing that I've been geeking out over? I think you might know, but if you don't, it'll be at the end of the video. So before we get going, if you're new here, don't forget to click subscribe. I'm posting new videos every single week, and if you enjoy this storage haul and hacks, then do give it a little thumbs up. Okay, so let's get the big items out of the way first so I can clear a bit of space. Do you remember this trunk? Do we call it a trunk? This kind of metal, yeah, trunk, I guess is the right word for it. I picked this up in Sainsbury's. Sainsbury's have a really good home department and they often have quite a good sale on. And I think this was reduced to something like a tenner, roughly speaking. It's been in a previous haul before, but I haven't used it yet. But what I thought I might do with this is use it to store photograph albums. I thought the fact that it's in like a metal container would keep them stored really nicely, keep the dust away, and maybe just protect them a little bit more. I'm not sure. Have you got any ideas what I should be storing in here? Because to be honest, I haven't put anything in it yet. So I need some inspo, but I thought this was a really good buy because I've seen these in Habitat, and I think is it Amanda Holden that does ones like these as well on a shopping channel? I feel like I've seen her do some too. For quite a lot more money, so I thought this was a really good buy, but I just need to find a use for it. The next thing I've got to show you is this huge wicker hamper. This was actually sent to me with some drinks in for dry January, haha. As you know, I wasn't partaking in dry January, but I have just been not drinking, and then every now and then I have a drink. So what will we call that? It's part dry, parched January is what I've been taking part in. But it was really kind of them to send me this beautiful hamper which had the drinks in, and so I've saved this, and I thought this would be really good to show you to keep under the bed. And I think I'm going to store all of my gift wrap and that kind of stuff in here. It's actually big enough that I could probably get the tape dispenser and all that stuff in here. There's probably even room in here to keep all the Jiffy bags that I always save and then never get around to using, because I think I'm going to do a big eBay sale and then never get round to it. But you know, it's big and it can go under the bed, so that's what that's going to be used for. I'm going to have a good sort through all of that kind of stuff. I did have some comments on my declutter video saying that I should start a Depop shop. Have you had any success with Depop? How do you find it? The thing that I heard from people is that people always send you annoying offers. So you put something on for like a tenner and someone messages you in the DMs and slides in and says, will you take 50p for that or swap it for this skirt? So you're like, no. But if you've had success, let me know. Maybe I'll be able to start one, and that would be something that I could, yeah, just pass things on to, I guess. Poundland have some great stuff. I picked up these small baskets. You get two for £1, and I thought these would be really good for organising stationery in. And pretty much anything you can organise in these, can't you? They'll be good in the bathroom. Obviously they're plastic, so they're waterproof, so they'll be good in the kitchen as well. Yeah, and I quite like the grey pattern on those, so I'll be using those soon, he says. Also in Poundland, you may remember this from a Poundland DIY video that I did, a really simple one where I just added some labels onto these to do some bathroom storage, and I think these are really good for £1. They're a good size, they're fairly sturdy, they're not like the most rigid, but they will do the job, and they're quite deep, so they're good for storing shampoos and things in, which is what I've been using them for in the bathroom. And I'll link that video down below if you want to have a watch of that, see how I did the labels and everything. Another thing that I picked up in Poundland that I originally bought to do a little upcycle with, however I think I'm going to use this to store umbrellas in on the back of our boiler room door. I like to say boiler room because it makes my house seem bigger, but as you know I live in London, so my boiler room is essentially a cupboard with the boiler in it. Let's just go with boiler room because it sounds grand, and this can go on the inside of the door, and I will attach it like this and it will fit the small umbrellas in it. I reckon we'll get 3 in there, and if they're dripping, it'll go in there. So that's what I'm gonna do with that. So other things that I picked up in Poundland were these spice racks, and I thought these would be really good to attach on the inside of the wardrobe door. I've got a mirrored wardrobe, so occasionally I do get ready in front of it, and I thought this would be a really good way to store sunglasses, watches, and maybe a few products that I just want to grab so they can swing open with the door, and then I'll have a bit of storage there. So that's what I'm going to do with those. I think these would also be good inside a kitchen cupboard door as well. You could use them to put sponges in and things like that. Another recent Poundland purchase was this metal basket. I think these look really good. They're quite flimsy, to be honest with you, but I think because they look so nice, I think these are good to keep things in that you want to have on display. So maybe you could use this in the kitchen to keep some smaller items in, like OXO cubes springs to mind, but I'm not sure. And also I think it'd be quite nice to use on a desk as well. I could keep a camera in here and maybe the lenses, and I think that would look really nice as well. You may have seen already that I picked up a few bits in the Tiger sale, so I'm just going to show you those in a bit more detail now because I think I whizzed through that haul in all the excitement. I picked up these, which are jewellery containers with like a velvet finish on them, and they have 9 sections inside. So I'm going to be using these in a top drawer in the bedroom to put any kind of little trinkets in or stuff that I just need to grab. I also thought it'd be quite good to sort out my foreign currency in here, so I can put euros and loose change and different currencies in the different sections when I've come back from my travels. Also in Tiger I picked up this, I think they call it a cosmetics organiser, and I am going to be using this in the bathroom. It's just the right size to lay cotton buds in one of these. Then you've got a couple of extra compartments that you could store smaller products in, and I think I'll probably put them side by side on a shelf like this. And then this would be quite nice just to tidy up fragrances. They could all stand up. I think it's just about the right depth for fragrances to stand up side by side in there. These stackable containers also came from Tiger, and I'm going to be using these in the kitchen. So essentially it's going to double the amount of storage height-wise that I've got in like the thin narrow cupboard that you get at the end of the kitchen cupboards. You know, that one that you keep tea and miscellaneous items in. Well, I'm going to keep protein bars in this, and then maybe in there I'll sling in the miscellaneous. So organised. Tiger also do these, which are really brilliant. They're kind of like fabric pouches, just with a simple zip on them. I think these are like £1 or something, and these are what I use to keep my receipts in. So at the end of the video I'll explain to you how I'm going to get a bit more organised with these. But yeah, these are really good. Wilko's also do a similar one, and they're just that little bit cheaper than somewhere like Muji that does kind of like all the really lovely storage. But if you're on a bit of a budget, then Wilko's and Tiger are great for that kind of stuff. Also in Tiger you may remember this, which is a jewellery tray, and I actually think that this is going to be really good for organising DIY and craft stuff in there. So I might not be using it for jewellery. I'll see how I get on when I organise everything, but this may well end up with screws and bolts. I wasn't sure about this, but it's actually really good. Also from Tiger, it was £2 in the sale. I think these are a little bit more in the usual prices, but this is a cable storage. So essentially what goes in there is a adapter, no, what do you call it, a triple plug thing, extension cable, or you can just organise long messy cables and wind them up and put them in there, and one cable goes in there and then it comes out here. So you can fit in your multi-extension lead in there, and it just looks so much tidier behind the TV. I think because it's black, it just becomes a shadow and you don't notice it. So if you've got like a little table with your TV on and a load of wires behind it, or maybe underneath your desk it all looks a bit messy, then I think this is a really nice way to store the cables. Crates are another great thing to use, and obviously something that you can upcycle. You can go to your local wine merchant and see if they've got any that they might want to sell you. They may give you some for free. I'm going to be using this to keep all of my paint tins in. I've got several of these marble folders or files that also came from Poundland, and I think these are the most simple ones that they've got in store that will just look really nice. So I'm going to be going through all of my paperwork, I'm going to be getting the shredder out and seeing what things I can file or what things I can get rid of. So I'll be doing a huge paperwork organising session at some point. I'm also going to be trying to take some of it digitally, so I know that if you use the Notes app on your phone, there's actually a section in Notes where you can photograph or scan documents, which I only recently found out about, and I think that is genius. So I'll be doing that as well for any that I need to keep hold of, but I don't want the hard paper copies of, if that makes sense. This is an upcycle idea, so if you've got any old candle containers like these ones that I didn't want to part with because frankly these candles cost a fortune, so if you can get a bit more use out of them then all the better. But I absolutely love diptyque candles, as you know, but because the packaging does look so nice, I think these make really nice containers. You could use them in the bathroom, you could also use them just to put tea lights into and just use them for candles, but what I'm going to do is use them to store pens and pencils in, and I got that idea from Fern Cotton, who did it on her Instagram, and I thought it looked really good. So I'm going to use that idea when I organise my desk area, which will be coming soon. There's another area of storage that we don't always think about, and that is digital storage. So I've recently bought another one of these. This is the Lacie Rugged Mini Drive. It comes in different sizes. I went for quite a big one. I've forgotten, I'm rubbish with all the technical stuff, but I went for, basically the price goes up, obviously the more storage it has, but it's worth spending that bit more. You get a lot more the more you spend storage wise. So I went for quite a high amount of storage. Oh, it's 1 terabyte, there we are. So that's a lot. And these are really good because they are pretty resistant to drops and knocks and bangs, so hopefully all your media will be safe on these. And what I'm going to do, I've already got one of these, I'm going to label that one 2018, just keep it really simple, and I'm going to label this one 2019, and that's going to be that. And I will just be dragging and dropping any of my videos, anything that I want to back up, all my photographs onto here, and I know where it all is. Very simple, but that's what I'm going to be doing from now on because yeah, I get through a lot of media. And the last thing that I'm going to show you, did you guess what it is? It is the label maker that I picked up last summer in Aldi. It's been sitting in the cupboard and I was putting off using it because I thought it was going to be quite complicated. So this is it, by Dymo. If I can find this one on Amazon, I'll link it down below for you. But the thing that was putting me off, and I hadn't really looked at it properly, I just slung it in the basket when I was in the middle aisle in Aldi, but I imagined that it would be quite difficult to punch in the letters and type them in. I thought maybe it's like, you know when you have to go on the remote control on the Freeview box and type in a program and it takes you like 2 years? I thought it'd be like that. However, it's actually got a full keyboard on it, which was a delightful surprise when I unwrapped this, because you can literally just tap away. It's like the old school phones that we all used to have, or do you remember having like a BlackBerry or something like that? So you can type away. Shall I just quickly give you a little demo? So the labels go in here. It just takes 4 batteries, I think, 4 AA batteries, and let's just type in something. So you can choose different fonts. You can also choose to write vertically as well as horizontally, and you can also choose to write like in a double row. So I think it gets like 2 rows in there, but we'll just keep it simple. So I'm just going to write Mr. Carrington just to show you how quickly you can do it. And this is where I'll probably do it really slowly. The alphabet, it's not like a QWERTY keyboard, it's just in the alphabet order, if that makes sense. Let's hope I've spelt it correctly. I'm feeling the pressure now because you're watching. It's your fault. So you type it in like that and then you just press print. Out it comes. You see? And then you've got a little thing on the side here, which is like, you don't need scissors, you don't need to rip it, you just do a little, and that's it. It's that easy. Just checking I did write it correctly. There we are. And then on the back, it's really easy to peel the backing off because it's got a split down the middle. So you don't need to be fiddling around like picking the ends, you just fold it a bit. And then the top section comes off. He says it's really simple. Obviously it's not because we're doing this on camera. So the top bit comes off, there we are. And then the bottom bit as well. Can you see? So it's got, yeah, just a split down the middle there. And then you can stick it wherever you like. So, yeah, we're good to go. And basically, with this label maker, I will be organising my life and I will be labelling the beeps out of everything. So, everything in my home is going to be organised and labelled. If you would like a label maker video where I label the beeps out of everything, including myself, let me know. But that is everything that I've got to show you for today. So I hope this gave you some ideas. Let me know all your storage tips and tricks and hacks in the comments down below. If you've got any suggestions of any of the items that I've shown you, ways that I could use them for storage, I would love to hear them. Do give this video a little thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to click subscribe here. If you're new here, I'm posting new videos every single week. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Oh. Yeah, that's better. I didn't see that one. Hello everybody, hope you're all well. Sounds weird. It is the label maker. So excited that I'm burping. Sorry. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. Naughty